Dear Delegate, good morning. Just a quick reminder, did you already sign the attendance list? It's just outside. If not, please, can you sign it? Thank you very much.
Wonderful good morning together. It's less than 3 minutes. I kindly to take your seats, please. We are approaching to the most important decision of this morning. So kindly take your seats.
Dear Delegate, good morning. Please have a seat. Good morning. So, I hope that all voting delegates have their voting cards. If it's not the case, please raise your hand and we can solve this matter immediately. Okay, so we'll see during the roll call. Perfect. Just a quick message from LOC for transportation and fee. You have a desk just outside, so please check if you have an invoice on your desk. You may go and see with the LOC for the fee and transportation matter. Without further ado, this morning, I pass the word to President Erdoner.
Thank you very much, Constance. Dear friends, good morning. Now we can start second day of our Congress with an exciting moment. And I immediately pass the floor to my colleague, Mr. Brokamp.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, and a warm welcome also on behalf of myself. And we are a team today, so we made it yesterday quite well. I hope we will do the same today. And I need your assistance because we have some kind of procedures, administrative part to do. That's a roll call and the explanations that's going on. So let's do it together. And be patient that we get everybody in the roll call and that we have all the votes together. So we will see how fast we can make it this morning. And I pass now the word to Lumi for the explanations, voting explanations, and then we go on with the roll call. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. During registration yesterday, you would have received a voting card. On your desk in front of you, you should have a voting device. If you can please place that card into the device with your logo facing towards you and at the top of the card. When the World Archery logo should be facing you. When the card has been inserted, you will see a welcome message. For single choice elections, you will be presented with the options on your screen. You can press button 1 for candidate 1 and button 2 for candidate 2. When you have made your selection, a vote received message will be displayed, and you can use the green square to show your selection. If you wish to cancel, you can press the red triangle, and then you will be able to make a new selection. For multiple choice, and when the vote is declared open, the options will be displayed on your screen. You will need to use the blue trackball in the middle of the buttons to select your choice, and the trackball will become blue when the voting is open. When you have made your selection, an X will be placed in the boxes of your choice. To select the candidate, you push the blue trackball. Sorry. Once you have made your selections, you will need to press the green square to send your vote. It's very important that you press the green square once all your selections have been made. If you wish to cancel your vote after your vote has been sent, you can press the red square, which will allow you to make multiple choice again. When the voting is closed, the voting options will be placed by the World Archery logo. If anybody has any problems during the elections, please raise your hands and somebody will come to assist. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any questions up until now? I don't see that. Everybody's ready. Then I think we can proceed with the roll call. So I kindly ask for the roll call. Go on. It looks good. Very good. 130, 32, 34, 36, 138, 39, 40, 5 more. Okay, any issue? 41. Good. No, 40. We have an issue here, first row. I have 5 missing. $41. $42. I have 3 missing. 42. It stays with 42. So we see any issues? Spain? No? Okay. Yeah, they're maybe not in the room, so we can display. 142 I have, 45 Lumi. So we have Vietnam, I see. Where? To go. So are they in the room? Armenia. Here. Georgia. So the 3, check the 3. Togo. We are doing quite well, so be patient. It's on the way. Georgia we have in the room. Armenia we have. No, I'm very proud of you. We made only 3. So, as I told you, we are going on very smooth today. Togo had not the voting card, so we replace the voting card. It will take 1 or 2 minutes. I think that's fair enough. We want to have everybody on board for this very important decision this morning. So, and I want to have 1 for 5. That's what we want to reach. Everybody green light. And then we can go on for the first test vote. So, we come close to the test vote, but please keep in mind, no pictures, please. Stay away from your cameras and mobiles, concentrate on your vote, and please, we worked so hard. Don't get out of the room now. Stay in the room for this election and that we do not have any incident anymore. Stay in the room and cameras, fingers away from your camera, from your mobile. So, we start for the test vote. And we have 145 delegates, as we had in the roll call, and 308 votes in total. That's the numbers for this very important election in this morning for the president's election. And we start with a test vote. The first question, please. I have it on my screen already. I hope you will see it soon too. Yes. Who is the world's top-ranked women's compound bow athlete? This is up to you to decide. Andrea Becerra, Sara Lopez. Yeah, it looks good. 91 vote, 112. 27, 35, 39, come on. Press your button. 40. Anybody, any incident, please? I'm back to 39. 40 now. Any issue, first row here, in the first row? 38. I don't want to have less, I want to have more. 39. 40. Any issue so far?
44 now.
41. Very good.
And turn back.
Okay. 40. 41. If there's no incident, I close the test vote. Test vote closed. Okay. That's the result. Very sharp, very sharp. So Andrea won this kind of test vote, and then Sara Lopez. So we take another round. Second vote that you get used to it, train your fingers. So we have the second vote. Please select your top 3 ice cream flavors. Yes, I see. You have to think a lot more. I know it's difficult with the flavors. It takes longer, the process here in the system. Don't think too hard. So more than half, 94. There are issues, US Archery. $120.
Can I speak? Delegates, please remember to press the green square to submit your vote. If the option is at the bottom of the screen, you can use the blue trackball to scroll to the bottom. It's very important that you press the green send button after you have made your selections. You can select up to 3 choices.
Thank you so much, Lumi, for this information. We are reaching 137 already. And press a green square at the end. There's another issue. Karim? $39. We are quite good. 40. Any issue? 41. 42. That's good. 43. You're getting, wow. So, Belarus solved, okay. So, 43. Karim, okay. $42 I have now. Anybody else with an issue, doesn't feel well? Then I close the test vote. Thank you so much. Well done. Now we come up to the reality. That means for the vote, the first official vote of the day, the election of the president. So, get ready. We have 2 candidates. You know them all both very well. Tom Dillon, Switzerland, and Greg Easton, USA. So, I open the vote. 138, 41, 43, 43. Any issue? I don't see. Then I close the vote. And the result will be displayed. So, that's the result. We have a new president elected of World Archery. It's Mr. Greg Easton from the US. Second, Tom Dillon, Switzerland, with 96 votes, and Greg Easton, 208 votes. And I kindly ask Tom to say some words. The floor is yours.
Dear Congress delegates, Congress is always right, even when it's wrong. But you're right. So, first of all, I would like to thank the ones that voted for me. And I really think that this is your choice. And that's how you feel. But you cannot take away from me all I have done for the sport the last 20 years. I made a clear commitment to the compound archers that I would not retire before I had compound on the games. We have compound on the games. We'll now see how we handle the future. We will have an executive board tomorrow. We will discuss how the future will look also for me and for our staff. And we'll see what the future brings. And I congratulate Greg on his success. I wish him the best of luck. And we'll see what the future brings. And thank you, and all the best to you, and all the best to the sport, because it's a sport that I love, the sport which I gave my life for. And I gave everything to this sport, and I hope the sport will not be disappointed because of this choice. So good luck to Greg. I want to thank my team that worked very hard. My team was composed of many people, especially Lars, which some of you know, Teresa, and some other people. And I think they deserve also a big round of applause. I thank you. I'm sad that I can't be your president, but I'll see how I can help the sport in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. And I'd like you to, before I start my remarks, is actually thank Tom for all of his service. I don't think this takes anything away from what he has done and could potentially still do for this sport. So thank you, Tom. Yesterday, I asked you to join me on this journey, and I want to thank you for joining me. I think together we can make some great changes here at World Archery and continue to improve our sport and build on the great foundation that both Tom and Dr. Erdner created for us. The journey will be, it's going to be exciting. It'll have its challenges. I also think it'll be difficult with some of the changes, and I hope you all can remember this day and the excitement we feel from this day and be ready for some of the changes that I think are necessary to help move our sport forward. That I spoke a little bit about yesterday. And I want to also thank my team. We did a great job, both people directly on my team and other supporters around the world. I want to thank you all for your support and for your vote this morning. And I, with all due humility and very honored to accept this position from you. Thank you very much.
we will have a little break and the vote resume in 10 minutes. So you can do whatever you want, but stay in the room, please. Thank you.
Yeah, if we want to, then we will find a way. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I didn't say anything bad. I didn't say.
Please take your seats, because you have a new president, but we still need to know who he's going to work with. Please take your seats. So, the next point on the agenda is the election of the vice president's positions. There is 2 vice presidents that will be elected. In alphabetical order: Thomas Hahn, Korea; Mark Miller, USA; and Carina Olsen, Sweden. So 2 positions available, you have to choose up to 2. So it's the other system of voting. You have to select it and push the blue button, and then after you select it up to 2, you press the green button. If you want to change, you push the cancel. If you want to check, you can push again the green as well. And the vote is open. We're at 97, 117, 130, 37, 39. Anyone has any particular issue? I see Singapore, 142, 143, 142 again, 141. This is not going the right way. 140? Oh, this is definitely not going the right way. 141 again. So anyone has an issue? Make up your mind. 143. So if it's okay, anyone has an issue? No? Okay, then we're going to close the vote. And Thomas Hahn and Mark Miller are elected as vice presidents. So, since Mark Miller is elected, he was a board member already, and for 2 more years. There will now be 4 positions for the executive board, and we will therefore, the 3 highest votes will be for 4 years. The lowest one that has the majority will be elected for 2 years. Of course, Mr. Miller is removed. Sorry, no, not Mr. Miller. Mr. Hahn is removed from the executive board list. So I'm waiting a little bit to make sure Lumi has the things in order, and it is in order. So we have many candidates. I will read them one by one. If I can have the slide with the candidates. We are hopefully also, we're waiting for the PowerPoint to be updated. Give us a second. Don't start voting yet. So we have the nice pictures coming up in a second. Okay, so in alphabetical order, Ahmed Tariq Amiri from Sudan, Mikareme Moise Essis from Ivory Coast, Maria Emma Gaviria from Colombia, Zorikto Mankanov from Russia, David Mikalski from Poland, Karina Olsson from Sweden, Trina Roberts from Bermuda, Abdullah Topaloglu from Turkey, Darko Udel from Cyprus, and Lisun Zheng from China. So the vote is open. Please select up to 4 people. So up to 4. So it takes a bit of time to select. We have a problem with Iraq. This one will take a little bit of time. We're at 56. There is an issue with Singapore. Cecilia, if you can help Singapore. We're at 70, so halfway more or less, 74. 81. 88. 96. Please remember to push the send button, the green button. 110. 113. 118. 121. 125, 128, 132. We give a little bit more time. We still have an issue with Russian Federation. Solved, yes. 135, 136, 137. Anyone has an issue to complete? 138, 39, 41, and 40. 42. Okay, unless someone raises his hand now, we're going to close the vote. Okay, so a candidate needs to have 50% of the votes to be elected. And we have elected with more than the majority, Mariema Gaviria from Colombia, Karina Olsson from Sweden, and Tariq Ahmed Amiri from Sudan. We don't have a majority for the other candidates, so we will remove the last candidate, which is Essis Mikareme Moise of Ivory Coast, and we start a second round with the remaining candidates, which are Topaloglu Abdullah from Turkey, Udil Darko from Cyprus. So I should take them in the order that they will be on your screen, so I'll wait for them to be put in their order and that the second round is ready. Okay, so no, Amirita Ahmed Tariq is elected. That's wrong. The list I have on the screen is wrong. Okay, so in alphabetical order, Mankanov Zorikto, Russian Federation, Mikalski David, Poland, Robert Strina Bermuda, Topaloglu Abdullah Turkey, Udil Darko Cyprus, and Zheng Lisun China. The vote is open, same rules apply, but this time you have to select only one. Only one candidate to be selected. Only one. Stop, 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 stop. Yes? Stop. The vote is closed. There was an issue with the vote. The vote is closed. So I think it's probably because they didn't realize there was only one to be elected, so it's only one position open, not four. So that needs to be corrected. Okay, so one position, and that means we're doing like for the presidential candidate, or they have to select, they have to go down. Okay, so the system remains the same. You have to go down and select the person you want with the blue button and then send with the green. The same as with the previous round. So the vote is open. We're at 107, 112, 123, 133, 139, 143. There's an issue with Italy. 142, 143, 142, yes. 143. 144. So I think we can, 143 again. So I think the Italy is the issue there. So let's get Italy fixed and then we can 144, I think we can close the votes, unless someone has an issue, close the votes, yes. So I can tell you that we will have to go for a third round. No. There is no election, sorry. 36% was reached. We need to have 50%. No one is elected yet. So we will remove Mikalski David from Poland, who was the least number of votes. And we will prepare for a third round. No one is elected yet. We need to get to 50%. So we have now 5 candidates remaining for one position. Okay? And you're in the same order. And the vote is now open. No, the vote is sorry, it's not finished yet. Vote is still open. 142, 143, 141, 44. Anyone has an issue? No? Then we'll show the results. We close the votes. And I'm afraid to announce you that we still don't have anyone elected. We will remove Zorikto Mankanov, who has the least number of votes, and we will go for round number 4. So while they're getting ready, so we have 4 candidates remaining. And we can open the vote. $116. Issue Croatia. 140, 139, 142. So we'll solve Croatia, and if it's solved, then I think we should be okay. $143. Anyone has an issue? No? Then we close the vote, and I'm afraid to announce you that we still don't have a majority. We're getting closer, but we don't have a majority yet. So, Zheng Lisun from China is removed from the list. And we will go for round number 5. And we're okay to go with 3 candidates remaining for 1 position. $128, $133, $139, $140, $43, anyone has an issue? $145. Okay, we can close the vote, and we have a result, and is elected with 50.97% of the votes, Abdullah Topaloglu, for a term of 2 years. So congratulations, and then we will go to the next election, which is, I'm afraid, also one with many candidates. So this one could also take a little bit of time. So if we can have the pictures on the screen. We have Hannah Brown, Choi Kei, Lee Xingping, Neville Andrew, Jones Randall, Peregrine Isabel, Vecchio Passerini Alexander, and Volungholen Rolf. So we need 3 positions, meaning there is 2 positions for 4 years and 1 position for 2 years. So we open the vote for Constitution and Rules Committee. 3 to be selected. $92, $98, $108, $113, $118, $120, $125, $126, $132, $137, $138. Anyone has an issue? Yes. Okay, we're solving for Sudan. $140, $141. Anyone else than Sudan having any issue? $141. Unless someone has an issue, which I don't see, we're going to close the vote. So, we have one person elected, which is Hannah Brown with 58% of the votes. All the other ones are not elected. So we will remove Li Jinping from China, and we will have a vote with the 6 remaining other members for 2 positions. So while they're getting this ready, okay, so we have 6 which are on the screen, and we select up to 2. And the vote is open. We're at 85. Issue with Cuba in the front. We are 126, 129, 134, 137, 141. Anyone seems to have an issue? No? Okay, then we're going to close the vote and show the results. And I'm afraid that no one is elected yet. The highest score was 48.7. So, we will remove Isabelle Peregrine from France, and we have 5 others up for the 2 positions remaining. So, I have an okay from Lumi. Okay, so we open the vote for 2 positions. We have an issue with Australia and also Iran on the 4th row. If someone can go on also, oh, we have many issues there. Iran in the 4th row is okay? Oh, no, 4th row there, yes. And then here also, we had 136. $140, $141. Is everyone's problems all solved? Seems to be the case. 142. I think we can close this vote. And we have 1 person elected, which is Choi Kai from Korea with 55.84. Congratulations. So, there still remains 1 position, that's a position for 2 years, and that's, now we will remove Randall Jones, which was the last one, with 80 votes, so remaining will be 3. Alex Vecchio, Rolf Volungholen, and Andrew Neville. And we will select 1 person only, but it's the same system. You have to scroll down to the person you want and then push the green button. So the vote is open.
129, 133. It's clear when we have only one, it goes quicker. 137. Anyone has any issue? Doesn't seem to be the case. 139. Everyone push the green button. 140. Getting close. 141. 143. So I think we can close the vote. But I'm afraid none of them is elected yet. So we will have to remove Andrew Neville. And we have 2 remaining. Now, just before we open the vote, I want to be clear. The person has to have the majority. If the person does not get the majority out of the 2 in the next vote, we will remove the last one and we will have to do another vote with 1 person. That's what the Constitution says, just so you know. So, we will open the vote for the 1 remaining position, Alex Vecchio, Rolf Vollenhoven, and the vote is open. Under 17, 123, 133, goes quickly, 134, 138, 140. Anyone has an issue? Doesn't seem to be the case. Good, then we can close the vote. And we're lucky, we finished because Alex Vecchio from Brazil has been elected. So, that was that one. We go to the Field and 3D Committee. So we have 5 candidates for 2 positions. Curtis Batusek from USA, Barry Brophy from Ireland, Chris Oran from Great Britain, Farid Kalikov from Azerbaijan, and David Tan from Singapore. The vote is open. $76, $93, $106, $110, $123, $128, $134, $139. Anybody has an issue? I don't see anyone. 143. Okay, so I will close the vote. We are looking for 2 positions. And I think we have 1 elected, which is Curtis Balusek from the United States. The others don't have the majority yet. So Farid Kalikov from Azerbaijan will be removed. And we will have a second round with Barry Brophy, Chris Horan, and David Tan. So while we prepare that, we remove Farid Kalikov, and we have 3 remaining. So as soon as it's on the screen, we can open the vote for 1 position. Okay. So, 1 person to select from these 3. The vote is open. $134, $139, $140, $41. Someone with any problem? I don't see any hands. So we can close the vote. But I'm afraid that we will need another round because we have 45% for the highest number of votes. So we'll remove David Tan and we will keep Barry Brophy and Chris Oran for the last round. So like I said before, the person has to have the majority to be elected. If not, we will have to do another round with one person remaining. So the vote can be opened now. (108), 127, 130, with one always goes quicker, of course. 136. Someone has any issue? 138, 140, 141, 142, 143, I think we can close the vote, and Barry Brophy is elected with 61.69%. So we can go to the next committee. Judge committee. We have 3 candidates for 2 positions, so it should be a little bit easier. Indranil Datta, Maria Larkina, and Graham Potts. So, 3 candidates, 2 positions, and the vote is open. (108), 121, 126. Is anybody having any problem? I don't see any. 139, 141, 142, 143, 144. I think we can close the vote. And the good news is we have 2 people elected, Graham Potts, Great Britain, and Indranil Datta from India. Congratulations. We go to the Coaches Committee. Coaches Committee, we have 4 candidates and 2 positions. So Filippo Clini, Luxembourg, Elias Cuesta Kobo, United States of America, Im Dong-yong, Korea, and Hanna Macharova, Czech Republic. Or Czechia, sorry. And the vote can be opened now. And 2 to be elected as such. (99), 107, 118, 123, 130, 136, 137. Anyone? There's a problem there? No. Okay. Problem anywhere? No. Okay. 141. 142. And I think we can close. And we will show the results. And we have 1 person elected, which is Hanna Majarova with 57%. The second position has 49.35%. So we will remove Im Dong-yong, which had the lowest score, and we'll keep 2 people in the running, which is Filippo Clini and Elias Cuesta. And the vote can be opened now. We're at 144, and I think we can close the vote. And we have the results on the screen. Filippo Clini from Luxembourg elected with 196. Then we go to the next election. We have the technical committee. We have 6 candidates for 3 positions. And the alphabetical order: Douglas Denton, United States; Mohammed Fayyad, Iraq; Mu Yong, China; Ojiniek, Korea; Juan René Serrano from Mexico; and Joris Pablos Umajerid from India. So we can open the vote now with looking for 3 positions. We're at 77, 92, 102, 113, 120, 125, 133, 134, 138, 140. Anyone has any technical issue? Doesn't seem to be the case. 143. I think we can close the vote. And we have 3 people elected: Douglas Denton, United States; Juan René Serrano, Mexico; and Ojiniek, Korea. Congratulations. We go to the next one, Target Committee. We have 8 candidates and 3 positions. So Sharjat Al-Ahyara from Islamic Republic of Iran, Pierre Yangnas from France, Karen Pan from Chinese Taipei, Robert Pien from United States of America, Q Jinan from China, Sunetra Seneveriatne from Sri Lanka, Maya Shalabi from Slovenia, and Changshun Yang from Korea. And we select up to 3. Vote can be opened. We're at 40. Of course, we have a little bit more work here because a long list. $78, $96, $107, $116, $121, $125, $130, $134, $36, $39, $40. Is anyone a technical issue? I suppose not. Then we can close the call. the call, the election. Oh, 145. We made it for the first time to a full vote. Thank you. Close the vote. And elected is Sunetra Seneviratne from Sri Lanka. Congratulations. However, no one else is elected. Qiu Xinan from China is removed from the list. And we will have to have a second round with 6 candidates and 2 positions remaining. So, as soon as they are ready, okay, we can open the vote. We're at 19, so it takes a little bit of time. 61. $119, $128, $132. Issue where? It's okay? Yeah. 138. Anyone has an issue? No? 142. And we can close the vote. However, I'm afraid to announce that no one has the majority. So Al-Akhari Sharzad from Islamic Republic of Iran will be removed. And we will continue with the 5 remaining candidates for 2 positions. So as soon as the team is ready, we can open the vote. Okay, the vote is open. $110, $127, $135, $138, $140, $141. Is someone an issue? Doesn't seem to be the case, so we are going to close the vote. And I'm afraid no one has the majority. We're getting close, but not enough. So the last one will be removed, Karen Pan, and we will continue with the 4 remaining candidates. And as soon as they're ready, we will open again the vote. The vote is open. $120. $34, $37, $38, $43, and we can close, I think, unless someone has an issue. No? Okay, let's close the vote. And we have Robert Pian elected. However, we still have 1 position open, And so we will remove Yang Song-hun from Korea, and we will have two candidates remaining, Maya Shalabi and Pierre Yangnas, and we will have to have a majority for one of the two, or we need another round. So, as soon as they're ready, we can open the election for one remaining member. $124, $126, $31. Everything's still working okay. Don't see anyone raising the hand. 141. No one has an issue, then we're going to close the vote. And is elected Maya Shalabi from Slovenia with 163 votes. Congratulations. We go to the next one. Now this one should be easy. Before we open the vote, I want to clearly explain there is 3 candidates for 3 positions. However, to be elected, they have to have the majority. So if they don't have the majority, then we will continue until there is an election or until there is a position that we don't have the positions filled. They have to have the majority. But you should select up to 3 members for the 3 positions available for the 3 candidates. Is that clear? Okay. So we open the vote for the Medical and Sports Science Committee. $124, $133. I suppose the devices are all still working. $138, $140, $142. So I think we can close the vote. And the good news is all 3 are elected. So, we go to the next one. Now the next one, as I announced clearly yesterday, there is 3 positions available, not 2. It's 3 positions, because in Berlin we elected 1 position for 2 years, and that's why there is 3 positions this time. So, we have 7 candidates: An Jung-sung, Korea; Almudena Gallardo Vicente, Spain; Jere Forsberg, Finland; Juan Felipe Mesa, Colombia; Zara Nemati, Islamic Republic of Iran; Denis Paquet, France; and Jiamin Zhu, China. So we can open the election. $110, $133, $135. Problem solved? Yeah. Okay. anyone with an issue? I don't see anyone. 139. All okay? Good, then we're going to close the vote. 141. And we have one elected, Almudena Gallardo Vicente from Spain. Congratulations. So we will remove the last one, which is Zhu Jiamin from China, and we will continue for the remaining 2 positions with 5 candidates. So as soon as they are ready, let me know, and then we will open the vote. Okay, so we will have on the screen the vote for those 5 people. And the vote is open. An issue where? Okay. We're at 124, 131, 133, 37, 137. Anyone has an issue? No? Then I'm going to close the vote. But there is no one elected. So we will remove Denis Paquet and we will keep 4 in the running for the 2 members. So, 2 members, 4 positions, 4 candidates remaining, and we open the vote. Problem where? Okay, Cuba. Yeah. $133. Anyone else has an issue? $138. 137. 139. Do we have anyone as an issue? No? We can close the vote, and we have good news and bad news. The good news is An Hong Song from Korea is elected with 50.32%. That also means that the other ones didn't get the majority yet, so we will remove Jere Forsberg from Finland, and we have 2 people remaining, one Felipe Mesa from Colombia and Zara Nemati from Iran. So 1 position remains, and you know the story. So we open the vote for the last position. We're at 119, 133, 139, 141, 142, and all okay? No one has an issue? Then we can close the vote. And we have Juan Felipe Mesa from Colombia elected. So, the next one, we accepted yesterday the motion for the Gender Equity and Inclusion Committee. And we have up to 4 members to elect, and there is 4 candidates. So it's the same now with the medical committee. We need, Iceland has an issue. So before we open the vote, let's solve the issue with Iceland. All okay? Good. So we have 4 people up and 4 positions. So the vote can be opened, and they need to have a majority as discussed. We are at 111, 119, 120, 127, 139, 131, 33. Does anyone has a particular problem? Doesn't seem to be the case. Then we are going to close the vote. And the vote is now closed, and all 4 have the majority, so we have the 4 members elected in one go. So, this means we have finished with the elections. We still have 2 bodies for which we have to appoint members, which are the Board of Justice and Ethics and also the Financial and Audit Board, for which we have to appoint members, but we first need to have a meeting of the current executive board to come with a proposal on that, so that will happen during the coffee break. And then we will then it is an approval from the Congress, it's not an election. And that will happen after we come back from the coffee break as such. So first of all, let me express my sincere congratulations to everyone that has been elected. The process was very smooth. I also would like to thank our technicians from Lumi that did a fantastic job. Might not agree on all the results, but that's life. And they did a fantastic job. I think everyone was happy with the process. Everyone was confident with the process. And we have a new set of people, a new set of volunteers involved in the federation, and I wish them all the best of success. I now give the floor to the President. Thank you.
Constance?
Thank you. So we will have a break until 11:15, and then we will go back in the room. Please, for voting delegates, leave the device and the card on your table, because we won't need it anymore. Oh, yes, for the...
Group photo.
We need the device for the...
You will make an announcement for group photo.
Yeah, now it's a group photo, yes, but leave the device on your table, please. Can we... Tom, we need the device for the vote. So yes, we will have a group photo, then a break, and you can leave the device and the voting card on your table. Thank you very much.
So the group photo is
photo is
here in
here.
the front, so everyone should come forward to make the group photo. And we have, of course, our expert photographer who is ready for that.
We move in front of
Maria Emma.
برو اونور. خوبه جاش. خوبه. خوبه. بیا اینو بذار. یه دونه میرم اون وسط.
Lunch break. Oui, j'y vais. Dear delegate, please take your seats.
Benoit, yes. Where's he from? Belgium. He's the silver medalist of the Victoria.
This session will continue in 1 minute.
Belgium. This is Singapore, and the top one is Denmark. Correct?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Please take your seats. So, okay, thank you. I give the word to Tom Dillon, Secretary General of World Archery.
Thank you, Constance. Okay, let me quickly get to the agenda. So first of all, like I said, we had our executive board have a quick meeting, and we will show you the proposal of the replacements for the Board of Justice and Ethics and the Finance and Audit Board. For the Board of Justice and Ethics, it's a partial, it's a staggered appointment. And for the Finance and Audit Board, it's a complete reappointment. So if I can get on the screen the proposal for the first, which is for the Board of Justice and Ethics, to have the two following people. Trina Roberts from Bermuda, which you know from the candidatures for the executive board. And Maëlle Loretin from Switzerland, who is a lawyer in Switzerland. So that's the proposal of the board. That was unanimous. Can we have a raise of hands for approval of these two new members of the Board of Justice and Ethics? All those in favor? Okay. Anyone against? I don't see anyone. Any abstentions? Okay, so we will inform these people that they have been approved, and especially for this one, the Board of Justice and Ethics, with the proposal we approved yesterday, they will have a little bit of work, and they will have to come up with a new set of procedures and rules for approval as soon as possible. Then for the Finance and Audit Board, we have 3 names, 2 already existing. Unfortunately, Hilda Gibson has decided to stand down. Hilda has been a fantastic member of the Finance and Audit Board, and we can applaud her for all the years of service in the Finance and Audit Board. That doesn't mean that we always agreed. We had some interesting discussions, but I thank Hilda a lot because she was not only a member, she was also the one taking all the minutes. And now we will have to discuss with the 3 new ones who will take the minutes. And that will be a very tough job to follow. Thank you again, Hilda. So the proposal is Rolf Lind, who you know and who is present, David Tan, who is present here as well, and Christophe Peignoir. Christophe Peignoir, for the ones that don't remember the name, he was the vice world champion in Victoria in '97 and was during several months and years #1 ranked archer in recurve men as such. So he afterwards went into finance, and we are very pleased that he wanted to come back into the archery world and contribute to the sport. And so he accepted to put forward his name for the Finance and Audit Board. So I think this will be a good way for a former top athlete to come back in the system as such. So can we have the board also unanimously approve these nominations? Can we have an approval from Congress with the new Finance and Audit Board? All those in favor? Okay. Anyone against? Any abstention? Okay, unanimous. And okay, Rolf, you're already in contact with Christophe because you had an exchange of questions and answers with him. So I let it up to you to discuss with him for the rest. And of course, it depends now on the new president to decide who is the chair of the Finance and Audit Board. For the Board of Justice and Ethics, it's the Board of Justice and Ethics themselves who decides who is the chair. And another task for the new president will also be to decide on all the chairs and vice chairs of all the committees. So that's something that will be done very soon, I hope. Good. With that, then we can go to the next point. So, based on what is on the screen, we have, sorry, excuse me. I will give a small report. I missed a report before we went to this one. I was a little bit too quick, sorry. I also had to report on the cooperation with different organizations. That was part of my written report and also of my update report as such. We had a report on ISF, the School Sport Federation, and I thank Rifat for all the work he's done, and also the Serbian Federation for their hosting of the Gymnasiad in very, very cold conditions. With IFAA, I had a discussion with their president a few weeks ago, and he wanted to continue the discussion with them. Military Games Association, we also talked, and then World Academy of Sport, we will see on the future cooperation depending on the priorities of the new president. So that's on cooperation. Also, we had a discussion with Hilda Gibson on the Commonwealth Working Group, because the Commonwealth Working Group was shared by the CEO, Ruth from Archery GB, who left. And I don't know, Hilda, if there is any further update on the discussion we had yesterday. No? So we will keep you informed, because we will need to appoint a new chair for the Commonwealth Games Working Group. The Commonwealth Games have announced, I think yesterday, that there is now 2 potential candidates for the next edition, which is 2030, if I'm not mistaken, which are Nigeria and India. So I'm pretty sure for India, I know their position on archery without any doubt, but for our Nigerian delegates, I hope that we can count on your support. I don't know where exactly you're in the room. There, okay, thank you. On your support to make sure that archery is also definitely considered for inclusion in the Commonwealth Games. So we are sure that both candidates have archery, and then we are independent of who gets them awarded as such. But I know India has already confirmed several times that we will have it as such. Okay, then we go to, so now I have it on the screen. Thank you, Chris. We now go for the organizing committee's presentations. And there we will go first to the next multi-sport games we're involved in, the Youth Olympic Games in Dakar. We will have a video, if I'm not mistaken, from Dakar, so we will listen to that, and then we can take some questions and answers that I will try to answer, but that we might have to defer to them in a later call. So, the video, please.
In the brightness of the African sun, the drums echo. Dancers celebrate unity. Young talents rise, carrying hope and fire. Masks dance, colors whirl. Dakar, shine with 1,000 lights. Right on target. Dakar is on the map, from a creative city to a sports city. In every movement, in the ethics of the game, the city, ablaze with light, welcomes Africa's Grand Olympic debut. The countdown has begun. Thousands of hours to count 1,000 days until borders fade away. Hope sparkles and hearts beat to the rhythm of a family. Dakar, all eyes turn to you. The Youth Olympic Games, Dakar 2026. A symphony, an eternity. Right on target. Right on target.
Monsieur le Président de World Archery, Mesdames, Messieurs les distingués délégués, je vous remercie de l'occasion que j'ai, à travers votre congrès, d'échanger avec vous et de vous présenter l'état de préparation des JOJ Dakar 2026. Dakar 2026, c'est les JOJ, la 4e édition des Jeux Olympiques de la jeunesse, qui se passeront pour la première fois sur le continent africain. Un événement inédit, un événement historique. Ce seront 2700 athlètes, garçons et filles, qui auront l'occasion de compétir. Ce seront 206 comités nationaux olympiques qui feront participer des athlètes, des jeunes athlètes. Dakar 2026, c'est également 35 sports, dont 25 sports de compétition, et 10 sports d'engagement pour montrer la spécificité jeunesse de cet événement. Ce seront également 3 villes, Dakar, Diamniadio, Saly. Je voudrais saisir l'occasion pour remercier World Archery à travers la visite récente qui a été faite par les équipes techniques qui ont permis de valider le site où se passeront les compétitions de tir à l'arc, au travers le stade Abdoulaye Wade et aussi tous les schémas qui ont été validés.
Le stade Abdoulaye Wade, c'est un fleuron au Sénégal, c'est un fleuron dans le monde, c'est un des plus beaux stades du monde. Et nous sommes fiers d'être la seule discipline à officier là-bas. Donc nous pourrons ainsi bénéficier déjà de la cérémonie d'ouverture qui partage avec nous le venu. Et pour nous, c'est une fierté. Nous y travaillons. Aujourd'hui, on peut dire que tout est prêt pour accueillir les Jeux. En tout cas, pour le tir à l'arc, nous sommes fiers d'être au stade Abdoulaye Wade et nous attendons le monde entier.
C'est donc l'occasion pour moi de vous adresser nos chaleureux remerciements pour cet accompagnement de la Fédération internationale de tir à l'arc. Mais c'est également un moment pour vous inviter tous à nous rejoindre dans ce moment historique que constitueront les Jeux olympiques de la jeunesse Dakar 2026 qui se tiendront du 31 octobre au 13 novembre 2026.
L'Afrique, berceau de l'humanité, terre de croyance et de résilience, est prête à marquer l'histoire du sport. Autour des Jeux olympiques de la jeunesse, le Sénégal est uni pour le sport et pour l'avenir. 14 jours de compétition où le monde entier va vibrer. 2700 athlètes des 4 coins du globe vont s'affronter, et toujours avec respect et humilité. Tout semble perdu, l'espoir lui demeure. L'Afrique va briller et parer d'or celles et ceux qui vont se démarquer. Toutes et tous, nous allons être fiers de ces jeunes athlètes. Foulant le sol sénégalais, défendant les couleurs de leur pays. 25 sports de compétition, 10 sports d'engagement et de nombreuses festivités culturelles. Dakar, Diamniadio et Saly sont prêtes à vous accueillir pour honorer la relève. La jeunesse va vous faire rêver. Et si elle fléchit, le Sénégal, l'Afrique et le monde vont la soutenir. Du 31 octobre au 13 novembre 2026, l'Afrique accueille, Dakar célèbre. Maintenant, c'est à toi de jouer.
So, that was the video. So I think, as you probably understood, the archery venue is also the venue of the opening ceremony. So it's a very nice stadium. It's very close to the village. So in terms of I would say the logistics, it will be quite easy for our athletes. Now, just want to come back to what I said yesterday because there were still some questions on it. So for every one of you, it's important that you send to us for athletes that did not obtain the MQS in Winnipeg or in the Youth Cup in Cates, of which we checked the results as already, for the countries that could not be there, to send us as soon as possible the highest score obtained at 60 meters of an athlete that is U18. U18 this year, doesn't need to be U18 next year. You could replace that athlete next year with someone else. Now, of course, if you don't have one, then I suggest you don't send it to us. But please send us the highest score. We will have a dialogue with the IOC on the invitation places, but we can only work with the information we have. So we will remind you several times, but the quicker we have the information, the better. And then, like I said yesterday, for Africa, critically will be the African Championships in Ivory Coast. There is already a lot of entries. There, the MQS for the African countries will need to be obtained, and hopefully there will be 8 boys and 8 girls getting the MQS for Africa. If not, then those places will be allocated to the rest of the world. So that's the current situation, and we will continue the dialogue with the IOC to see what we can do to have the best world and African young athletes in Dakar. Are there any questions you would like us to address with Dakar in the coming weeks? Or I think the video and what I said yesterday is sufficient for you? I don't see any hands being raised. So I suppose that concludes Dakar. Then we go to the next one, which is the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games in Los Angeles, United States of America. And as far as I understand on that one as well, we have a video message.
Hi everyone, great to see you all, thank you again for the opportunity given to us to provide an update on LA 28 planning. I'm Nico Campriani, Head of Sport here at the Organizing Committee.
And I'm Leticia Malavasi, the Sport Manager for Archery and Para-Archery.
Awesome. So we have a number of updates for you today. We are going to start with a bit of an overview on our team, and then we're going to get into the overall planning for our games, so the sport and event program, which has been finalized by now on both Olympic and Paralympic side, as well as updates on the venue, which is also has been announced, but we're going to share a little bit more details around the park. So let's get into it very quickly. The structure is what you would expect from an organizing committee. So not big changes for now. We have 3 main streams of work. Of course, we have sport planning, where all the centralized projects are grouped. And here we have Katie Dunnett, who has experience since Vancouver 2010, and then also as an IOC advisor, leading this team, and this group is growing pretty quickly. Competition management, this is where you have all your sport managers. The way we structure it for now is that all the 36 IFs are ultimately broken down into 3 groups, and we have Jack, Brendan, and Rodrigo looking after each group, and they're managing the respective sport managers. And then, of course, sport presentation. We just brought on board our consultant, Christy, who has also multi-games experience. So let's deep dive specifically on competition management. This is where you're going to find Letizia looking after archery and para-archery. And we're growing quickly. Back in the days, I was alone in 22 when I joined, 2 of us in 23, 5 of us in 24, and now we're 25 and growing. Archery, you guys are lucky, was one of our first sport managers hires. So we can get into the level of planning that we're going to show you in a second. Sport and an event program. So as you know, we have 36 international federations on the Olympic side that result into 51 disciplines. So ultimately, you're going to see 51 pictograms, and we have 351 medal events confirmed by the IOC. That is an increase of 22 medal events compared to Paris 24. One is yours, absolutely. And when we look at the number of athletes, we confirmed the 10,500 for all the core sport, and then the additional 698. These are coming from the new sport that LA28 proposed. As you know, we put forward baseball, softball, flag football, lacrosse, cricket, and squash. On the Olympic side, 14th of July to the July 30th, and just flagging that we're going to have a daylight ceremony starting at 5 p.m. LA time. So the event program that has been finalized that you can find on the IOC website as well as our website shows also how we break down the athlete quota. And this is going to be the games with the highest number of female athletes competing ever. We reached gender equality for the first time in a couple of sports, boxing in terms of weight classes as well as water polo in terms of number of teams. One set of the new events is really the mixed team events. We have 7 new mixed team events, and as I said, as you all know, archery, the compound mixed team is a new entry for our game. So congratulations to World Archery for the successful application. IOCB approved this earlier this year, and we look forward to welcome the compound athletes to LA along with everybody else that are curveball. On the Paralympic program, August 15, a couple of weeks after the closing, is going to be the closing of the Olympics. We're going to have our opening ceremony for the Paralympics, 12 days of competition, 24 disciplines across the 23 sports, and 560 total events, which is a slight increase compared to Paris 24. No major changes here from a para-archery perspective. Now, the venue master plan, it's the largest sport program ever. So we have also a very large venue master plan, 49 competition venues that really required us to lean as much as possible on existing infrastructures, and that's what we did. It was very much a principle driven by Olympic Agenda 2020 +5, but also a strong sense of financial responsibility here at the LA28. So you can see how all these venues are distributed across existing and temporary. And these will give you a little bit of context also of our decision, along with World Archery, to look for a venue move. As you know, originally the plan was Sepulveda with a temporary venue, and actually with this very brand new venue share with Rugby 7, we managed to bring archery into an existing venue and in a very exciting setup. And Letizia will share more in a second about that. But just to give you a sense of what the venue master plan looks like, this is how the 49 competition venues are distributed across the LA region, which is beyond the city of LA. The color coding is to give you a sense of the different zones or sport parks. But here, when it comes to archery, we're really talking about Carson zone. You can see the arrow there with the Olympic Village, and basically there is a distance of more or less 30 kilometers. I'm still European, I will not mention miles, but yes, it's 30 kilometers approximately, which with the Olympic lanes, we're looking at 35 minutes, but we will be able to confirm the exact time, of course, as the planning continue to develops. The great thing also about moving archery to Carson, it means that on the Paralympic side, para-archery will be part of a Paralympic park with other Paralympic sports walking distance from the stadium. And so, yeah, that was another key consideration when we look at updating our venue master plan. And with that in mind, I would like to pass the floor to Leticia for a deep dive on Carson.
Thank you, Nico. So as you all know, the Carson zone will be the house of archery and para-archery, and we're expecting to have a lot of fans coming to the park, which is great for attendance for archery. And that being said, we also know that within the complex, we will have the elimination matches as well as the medal matches at the Carson Stadium for the Olympic competition. And during the Paralympic competition, it will be inside of the temporary hockey stadium inside in the Carson field. The ranking round will be all the way on the very east side of the zone. As you can see on the next map, it's the green area that is most to the east of the complex, and we are still working on the development of the transportation from athletes, coach, and staff from the ranking round, going through the secured area between that zone and the main stadium that will be during the Olympic times. Now, the plan for the Paralympics is that because they will be at the hockey stadium, which is the closest green area more to the center of the complex, that transportation will not be needed. They will be able to go by foot or wheelchairs. They will be able to roll themselves to this new stadium, and they'll make it easier between the transition from ranking rounds practice area to the Paralympic site that they're going to compete. Now, the field of play, because we are trying to attract so many more archer fans to see this amazing competition, we are putting the field of play for the stadiums in the middle of the stadium. And we are trying to have one of the biggest crowds to see archery for LA 2028. We are estimating between 10,000 to 16,000 fans coming to cheer for archery, which will be one of the biggest venues so far in the Olympic setting. And the Paralympic side, because they're going to use the field hockey stadium, we're estimating between 6,000 to 8,000 people to observe archery during competition time. Now, this schematics of the discipline and the process of the sessions, we just published that recently. And in archery case, we will start not before the Olympic opening ceremonies, which is usually what happens. We are actually starting day one for training site, and then the competition will start on July 20th, which will be day 6. The reason for that is because rugby will occupy the stadium before archery is able to move into the stadium. So we will have that transition, but the training times will give them following the protocols that we have in place for the training times for all sports across all disciplines. And we are then having the first day of Olympic training on day 1, which is right after the opening ceremony. So please be aware of that, because it is a change from Paris and the other games that we had before. Now, this will be a draft of the schedule, and we are proposing right now to have the medal matches and the evening sessions to be more on the eye of broadcasting, to have even more publicity for archery, which would be great for everybody. That being said, we also going to have a proposal of 3 sessions of ranking round, which will be different because we now have compound. So we don't know yet the categories where each one will be on that ranking round. But again, it will be 3 sessions of ranking round following up with the preliminaries and medal matches back to back in the stadium itself. The ranking round will be in that location that we just mentioned at the east side of the complex, but everything else, elimination matches and medal matches, will be inside the stadium itself. Now, for the Paralympic, this is ongoing work that we're trying to work very closely with World Archery. We are following the same number of athletes, medals, and sessions that is equal to Paris. The training days and competition days will be very close to Paris. This has no changes compared to the Olympic competition. And we were hoping to publish this no later than the end of Q1 of 2026. And the proposal that we have right now is the working on that to make sure that we finalize that work with the IF regarding to the amount of confirmed athletes for the sessions, so we can publish this training sessions and competition sessions no later than Q1 2026 to help you program your training and high performance plans for LA 2028.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Leticia. And yeah, we hope you found this update useful. So to recap, one of the biggest venues ever for archery and para-archery at the Games, a significant change in terms of the competition schedule as well as the training framework. So make sure you share the information with your athletes. And when it comes to asking any additional questions, we work very closely with the World Archery team. So feel free to share any question with the International Federation, or the other channel is always through your respective National Olympic committees. Other than that, we look forward to welcoming all of you and your athletes in LA in 2028. And thanks again.
So we thank Leticia and Nico for their video. We also have here one of our 2 IF representatives, which is Yuko Okura. The other one is Fernando Suarez, which I think nearly all of you know. We have at the moment monthly meetings with them, and we're making progress. As was highlighted in the video, we have the chance to have already a competition manager, because many of the other sports don't have one yet. So that helps us a lot in the planning. They mentioned the capacity of the stadium. It's huge. But based on their ticketing research, they're convinced they can fill it. So the other thing that was mentioned was the fact that we will have the finals in the evening. There is 2 reasons for that. First of all, the main reason is that for Olympic broadcast, the biggest market for TV is Asia. This has been the case for many Olympic games, and this will also be the case for LA. And doing the finals at night allows us to be in a reasonable time zone in Asia. For Europe, whatever we would have put as schedule would never have worked. Also, for the reason we didn't do finals in the evening in the past was that we didn't want to collapse with the other big sports, which typically have finals in the evening, which we're talking about swimming or athletics or gymnastics. Now, there has been a clear decision by the organizing committee to have those finals finish at 8, because they want to finish it before it comes too late in the east coast of the United States. So we don't have to compete in terms of schedule with the big sports at that time of the day. And then the last reason why the schedule is that way is that by having it that late, we can make it iconic because we are in LA, we're close to Hollywood, we're close to technology. The idea is really to see what we can do in terms of making it an iconic venue. It's already iconic because I think everyone knows that Mr. Beckham played football, soccer in that stadium with the Galaxy, but we want to make it even more special for our sport, and that will be in cooperation with Olympic Broadcasting Services, with sport presentation, and really do a maximum to have light effects and so on in the stadium at night when, of course, the light is starting to get lower. We were happy as well to move to the stadium because it is in a cooler area of LA than the original venue that was proposed. Then, are there any particular questions on LA at the moment? Anything that is, in terms of qualification system, I want to be clear. We will have to decide on a proposal for a qualification system in the coming months. That should then go to an executive board in IOC end of the year, beginning next year. I don't have the exact date yet, but that's how it's looking like. We don't expect any major changes in the system proposed for what concerns recurve. The only decision that was already taken by our executive board was that there will be only 8 teams. And that was mainly to protect the smaller nations to have the same level of chance to qualify for the Olympic Games. For what concerns the Paralympic Games, we still have to finalize the exact number of quotas per gender and per event. The only thing that was a clear decision with IPC, that it will be full gender equity as such. So there might be some of the men places that will transition to the women's competition. With that said, Yuko, you want to add something? No? Any questions? Okay, then we look forward to working with LA and making sure we fill those 60,000 seats and make it a great spectacle both for the compound mixed team and for the recurve afterward. We will start with the compound mixed team as you've seen on the schedule. Good, then we can go to Brisbane. And there as well, in the end, I think it was a video.
Greetings from Brisbane, Australia to the whole of the World Archery family. Firstly, dear friend Professor Erdner, President of World Archery, congratulations and thank you for everything you've done for the sport of archery and the athletes in your 20 incredible years leading this federation. And equally, everything you've done for the whole Olympic movement. Thank you on behalf of Brisbane 2032 and myself personally. To the whole archery family, we hope you have a great Congress and we look forward to welcoming you here in Brisbane, Queensland and Australia to our beautiful city in 2032.
Okay, so that seems to be the video. So, of course, Brisbane is still very far away for many of you, but it's actually, in my opinion, the day after tomorrow. So, Kit McConnell we know very well because he was the IOC sports director till June, and then he moved back to his home country. And just so that everyone is aware, for Brisbane, we have one major issue at the moment, which is the venue. The original venue that was, I would say, part of their bid or dialogue with the IOC was positioned in the center of Brisbane. We liked it a lot. But as part of their 100-day review process, they have decided to move us to a place called Mariboro. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I hope that all of us can forget about Mariboro soon. Not that I have anything against Mariboro, let's be clear, but it is a town of 30,000 inhabitants with 2 hotels, 4 hours driving, if you're lucky, from Brisbane, and 2.5 hours driving from the satellite Olympic Village in Gold Coast. So, World Archery, IOC, and we can say Brisbane Organizing Committee and Archery Australia are absolutely not in agreement to host the event in Mariboro. This is part of, I would say, a decision by people that are not looking at what sport at Olympics is about. We are going to have to wait a little bit for people to realize this. Now, our main issue is the distance and the type of place where it is. There's some other sports that have bigger challenges. Doing a rowing competition or canoe competition in a Thai river where the water goes up and down all the time, and on top of it has some natural inhabitants called crocodiles, is a bigger issue than ours. But there is challenges, and I don't think we will resolve them in the coming weeks or months. It will take time, but we have time. And as you've learned also from the Los Angeles video, it took us till March this year to finalize the LA venue. In LA, we changed 2 times the venue. It has been often the case that we change venues in archery. So I don't want you to worry. I look at our friend from Australia. We are in good dialogue on this matter. We're in good dialogue with both the former IOC Sports Director, who is now in Brisbane, and the new IOC Sports Director, Pierre Ducret. But it's clear that we have work to do. And we have to take it step by step, because Mariboro, like I said, I want you to forget about it as soon as possible, except perhaps for a pre-games training camp. Okay? Any questions on Olympic and Paralympic Games in Brisbane? We, of course, will still have to wait for IF delegates' appointments and sports manager. It's too soon. It's 2032. We have some time. The other thing important to know is that officially the sports program for Brisbane has not yet been finalized. This will be an IOC session decision that is planned for mid of next year. There will be a special session. Now, there is no reason to believe that there will be any serious discussion on our sport, but the sports program still has to be finalized next year by the IOC. It will be sports and disciplines, and then in the second step, so after LA 2028, there will be a decision on the events. And events, for instance, that was the compound mixed team. So if you have questions of is compound going to be in Brisbane, my answer will be the same as for recurve. I cannot tell you today. Okay? Any questions or remarks on Brisbane? Doesn't seem to be the case. Then we can go to the next one, which is a place I think everyone knows. And it's going to be hosting the only event they haven't done yet, which is the 3D Championships. And as Bruce always likes a challenge, we could convince him that he would combine it with the Field Championships. So, Bruce, you have the floor.
Thank you. President Erdner, President-elect Easton, Secretary General Dillon, Executive Board members, member nations, World Archery staff, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about this tournament. As the Secretary General mentioned, I think this started in Italy with a guy by the name of Mario having these back-to-back. And now we've developed into what is going to be the 3D and the field going on at the same time. Somebody tell me how smart I need to be. What am I hitting? The up button? Come on, where is he? Which one? The big X? Nothing happened.
There you go.
Ah. Okay. Obviously, this is the first ever joint championship like this. We were asked to do this. We talked about it, and it's come to fruition. So in 26, in September and October, we'll be holding this. It's got a lot of fun things coming. And basically, you can see the two new logos. You can see where it's held. It's Yankton, South Dakota. The venue is our NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center, and also Lewis and Clark Lake, which is a state-owned lake that we have. We have a total of 11 field ranges, and basically that can be that same number of 3D, but we've got 5 permanent 3D ranges, so we have the area to do it, and it should be an interesting time to say the least. We're, of course, the National Field Archery Association is a national organization. We consider ourselves a sister organization to USA Archery. Our foundation, however, is one that works for USA Archery, the NFAA, everybody to host these big events. We're a charitable organization that basically, the one thing that everybody will probably know us by more than anything is the Vegas shoot, and that's our biggest event. And we try to help the whole world by hosting these events and help ourselves and spread the word of archery through this. So that's pretty much who we are. This I didn't even want to put up, but after seeing LA 2028 and some of the other ones, I'm fine. I'll put this up. The biggest thing I'll tell you, and you can obviously get copies of this, it will be online, but our schedule, the most unique part, is really simple, that there is a final every day of the event. Have any of you been to a tournament like that? I hope not, because I think it's still the first one. So we're going to try and do this. I think we're looking forward to it. We have the space. World Archery has a staff that can handle it. We have an excellent LOC, so I think it's going to be something hopefully we talk about and say it was a good idea. You can see the dates, September 24th to October 4th. A little bit about our area. We're a very small town. In the realm of big cities, we're only 20,000 people. I think, how many people by show of hands have been to Yankton? Good. So that's a good number to see. Perfect. We're a small town, but yet we're really big on archery. One of the things that we notice at our events and our venue is simply that when you come to a small town, everybody knows you. And as long as those everybody's are nice people, it's awesome. And we have a great relationship. You're welcomed with open arms, and we really enjoy hosting these things. Some other things about it, it's a quiet historical town. It's the history of where we are is on the Lewis and Clark Lake, which is part of the Missouri River, which is the longest river that's navigable in the United States, that hooks into the Mississippi. Beautiful area, good time of the year, all sorts of sports you can do, a great area for family and everything. So once again, the foundation, just briefly there, what we do and how we do it. The big thing, our center, is probably at the heart and center of everything that we do. It's I guess it was Secretary General, what was it, the 54th Congress, that we officially were given the title of the largest archery center in the world by a lot of different perspectives. Our indoor 18-meter range, we can shoot 105 butts, which is 400 people on a line. We've got 4 indoor tennis courts. We've got all the ranges I mentioned. We've got 2 feeder fields. And We actually have a campground as part of it, so it's a big, big facility. A little museum that we've got that just has our history. And okay, what do we got next? The center I already talked about. See, I don't go by scripts, so this stuff's a lot easier. Vegas shoot is probably the biggest thing. That's been an annual event for. We will be this year our 60th anniversary will be this year, and we're pretty excited about that. It's the world's largest archery tournament and a lot of fun. Okay, the different tournaments that we run them, all over the country for us at our center. We do the world events and everything down to local ones. A little bit more about what we've held. I don't think the years are relevant, but the one really cool part of this for me personally, and I think, and for the United States, that's kind of neat, is that the 26th event will be I believe the first time, Tom, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it's the first time a host has had every single discipline of World Games, or World Archery. Am I correct? I think so.
Well, the ones that exist, yes. You didn't do ski archery, although you could do it, I'm sure. And with Dominic, we could have a discussion on run archery one day. So there is still work to be done, perhaps.
Well, that's even better. Then we'll have a goal for something else. But the 3D will make it everyone. We've had the indoor, the youth, the Congress, the World Championship, World Cup Final, World Field, and then the World 3D. So we're pretty excited about that. Once again, we're the largest center in the world. The size of the building is there. That doesn't mean much to you unless you're planning a new one. The size of it's 140 acres. We're all within inside the city limits of our community. Once again, the ranges that we have. Campgrounds and hotels. Our community has about 1.8 million people go visit it between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So it's a big tourist place, and we're geared up to handle people from the 28,000 meals that we'll have to the hotel rooms, and everything's very close proximity. An overview of everything, you can see the big feeder fields, the Olympic fields, you can see our campground, and the bottom of the screen is all of our field ranges. Okay, the Lewis and Clark, I mentioned that just a little bit. It's a big lake. It's got a lot of area out there. That's where we have, there's 800 and some acres, and we utilize about 300 of those, or we have access to 300 of them for our actual ranges. It's only a 15-minute drive, from the facility. The basics, transportation, we'll have the big buses for the transportation. We have actually three cities for airports, which is very unique, and they're all in 3 different states. We have Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Sioux City, Iowa, and Omaha, Nebraska. 2 of them are an hour from the facility. 1 of them is 2 hours, and that's Omaha. This particular tournament will require a lot of different transportation that will be probably smaller. So we'll have a whole fleet of vehicles that will be able to run small groups, teams between the lake and the other ranges. That's pretty much that. That's the rest of the trends. Okay, we got that. Accommodations, I talked about that. Temperature, whatever it's going to be, we're going to shoot, but it should be really beautiful that time of the year. You can see those temperature ranges. We had the World Field about the same time, and we had everything from pretty much the 10 to 24 degrees Celsius, and it turned out great. So it should be great for that time of the year. Questions, one thing I want to say, if you look on your desks or on your tables, hopefully you all have this stuff. If you don't, and some glasses, please let me know, but we handed everything out, and hopefully we'll see you all in Yankton. Any questions? I think everybody's hungry.
Okay, thanks you, Bruce. Just one thing that I would like to mention, for the people also newly elected on the field committee, also important to know is that we had a clear discussion with the field and 3D committee on this combined schedule. They were not thrilled, to put it mildly, with this idea. But it's clear that we will do the maximum to make it work. Also, of course, fully respecting the organizer that wanted to take up the challenge. And then there will be a clear evaluation. Is it working or isn't it working? Is it an optional thing to do or is it becoming the standard? Because it's clearly, there's many questions. We know that for certain countries, 3D is very important. It's part of their strategy to get medals in 3D. Had many discussions with people on that. So we also know that often this is a self-funded event where many people go also with their family and so on. So we need to see, is this working or not? Like I said, World Archery will do a maximum to make it work with the organizer in Yankton, and then we will have a very clear evaluation in place to see what the future will bring. In the meantime, it will depend also on the executive board to decide what they want to do with the different bids that might be received in the meantime. Christina, you want to say something more? Or that's... Yeah, so microphone to Christina.
As was mentioned, this was under the format proposed there was under discussion between World Archery and the Field and 3D Committee. Field and 3D Committee is not very much in favor of this format, but we will be working on what is proposed. It was agreed in February that this new format as a tester one will go through if the executive board will approve it. I don't know the status of that.
Well, basically the format we have is there and the schedule is there, but then what happens after this one, that will be discussed when we have the evaluation as such. So there's no decision on the future after this one, but for Yankton, that's the program that is in place. Okay, we can take this offline as such. Okay, good. Then we go to the next World Championship and Congress in 2027 in Medellin, Colombia. So, Sergio and Mariema, up to you.
Good afternoon. Greeting to all delegates at this World Archery Congress. Already, we want to tell you, welcome to the Medellin World Archery Championship in 2027. We will offer you an unforgettable experience with excellent logistics and a first-class archery field. Next, we will show promotional. Thank you very much, and don't forget, I wait for you in my city.
Every arrow carries a story. Every tournament where archers gather beats with a single heartbeat. And every shooter holds within them the ancient power of precision forged through discipline. Medellin, a city of eternal light and boundless warmth, begins the countdown to welcome you. A world-class event demands a stage worthy of its greatness. Fields designed for excellence, logistics crafted for perfection. When the defining moment arrives, after a journey built on success, we create it together with passion and perseverance, because archery is more than a sport. It is an art that defines those who dare to challenge the wind with precision. Medellin is ready to welcome you.
Oh, well, good afternoon, everyone. It is a great honor for me to be part of a presentation of the progress report of the Medellin 2027 Hyundai World Art Championships. As you know, World Archery Colombia, that is the Colombian Archery Federation, has experience organizing major World Archery events. We have hosted 7 stages of the Hyundai World Cup and 3 Pan American Championships in the last few years. Most of the members of the organizing committee for 2027 have been part of the organization of these other major events in the recent past as well. The 2027 World Archery Championships will blend our passion for archery with the beauty, hospitality, and infrastructure of our country. The competition will be staged at the equestrian polo field located at the Llano Grande Country Club. This is a very prestigious and exclusive location in the west of Antioquia. Antioquia is the province, the department where Medellin is located. The club showcases modern sport facilities, an impressive lake, a first-class country hotel, and of course, a polo field. The dimensions of the field are 316 by 160 meters, which is ideal to host a big archery competition. Stands for the public and a dining hall will be built adjacent to the competition area. As regards accommodation, several country hotels have been considered to host the archers in this area. They're all within 5 to 20 minutes from the venue. The Jose Maria Cordova International Airport is also near the facility. This proximity will guarantee logistic comfort and easy access to all teams. The 57th World Archery Congress will be held in Medellin at the Intercontinental Hotel, which is 35 to 40 minutes away from the competition venue, thanks to the impressive connectivity through the recently built West Tunnel. The Congress delegates will meet at the elegant Antioquia Hall, which can easily accommodate over 400 participants. A modern fleet of buses and vans will transport all Congress and Championship participants from and to the airport, as well as to and from the venue. The Llano Grande area offers an additional attraction to all visitors, a wide variety of restaurants and shopping malls. We have, however, planned to serve breakfast and dinner at the hotels and lunch at the venue. In summary, the Medellin 2027 Hyundai World Archery Championships will be much more than a sport event. It will be a comprehensive experience by means of which archery precision will combine with the hospitality of the people of Antioquia in locations that reflect our cultural and natural richness. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have any questions. There might be some questions about the schedule. We still need to work with World Archery regarding how many days we're going to have competition. You know that here in Korea we're having a longer tournament. We still have to decide with World Archery whether we're going to have it the same way in Medellin in 2 years, or whether we're going back to the traditional competition schedule we have used before. So questions, anything? No? Well, most of you have had the possibility of being in Medellin in the last few years. This will be an impressive possibility for all of you to return and get to know other areas around the city. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 years in our city. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sergio. Muchas gracias. I just would like to add on his last comment is that, okay, this will be very much under discussion as well with organizing committee, This is, I would say, mainly a request from television here. It is clear that we have many TV broadcasters taking the signal for World Championships, and especially in 2027 when it will be the main qualifier for the Los Angeles Olympics. So I think we need to look at what the best options are. The advantage of the schedule we have here is that the recurve archers can come later and don't have to stay the whole period. The same for the compound that come earlier and can go then back home. So there is things we need to look into, what works, what doesn't work, and then see how it works with the broadcasters as well, because it's the World Championships is our top product for television, and therefore we need to make sure that we have the best solution both for the member associations and the broadcasters as such. So this is something that will definitely be on the table to discuss with the organizing committee in the coming months and years. Thank you very much. Okay, then we are coming to the end of the morning session, if I'm not mistaken. I have the wrong paper. And I think we are going to go soon for a lunch break, but I see Constance coming up, and I have a very important question that all the ladies in the room should not disappear, because as has been the tradition now since 2 congresses, we make not only a group photo of everyone, but also a group photo of the ladies in the room. So all the ladies are requested to come with both the president and the president-elect to the front, so that a picture can be taken from all the ladies in the room. Yes, Mr. First Vice President, you could say that is discrimination, but this is also about promotion of gender equity. If you want to make a picture with all the men, you're more than welcome to organize it.
It was a joke, my friends.
I know. But for everyone else, Constance, I think you give some other important housekeeping information while we have the ladies getting up and coming to the front and the men on the podium move somewhere else.
So please, ladies, don't be shy. Stand up and join us. And during that time, let me announce that the lunch will be served as yesterday in the hall and the room just behind. And we will have the workshop right away, the lunchtime. So workshop will be as yesterday at the 4th floor. Let me check.
Let's go down to the other end.